Hey folks, Sheila here from Design Files. In today's video, we're going to be talking all about the brand new project dashboards that are now available within your Design Files account. Now, if you haven't seen the new project dashboards yet, all you got to do is log into your Design Files account, go into any of the projects that you've created, and each one will now have its own dashboard, where we're basically consolidating all of the information from all the different sections within your project into one organized view. Now, the goal of this is to give you quick and easy access to key project details so that you can pull them up immediately. And we also wanted to make sure that you had one view where you could quickly scan and see all of the documents that you've sent out to your clients and the status of each one, so you can quickly see which ones you need to act on to basically push your client to take action on specific documents so you can move your project forward and avoid any unnecessary delays. And you'll also see that you have the same thing set up for your design boards. So you can see all the design boards that you've created, and then you'll also be able to quickly scan and see which of these design boards your client has actually followed up on and which ones they haven't. Below that, we also have a financial summary. We're going to get into all of this in this video, but the idea behind this project dashboard is to help you be more efficient on a day-to-day basis. So every day you can log in, you can quickly scan the dashboard and immediately see there's something here that I absolutely have to take care of so that nothing is slipping and falling through the cracks. Now, the other thing that I wanted to address here with this dashboard is that this is really just the initial build. So we wanted to get this out early to you guys so that you could test it, you could try it out with a few client projects, and then just see what's working for you, what's not, and what you would like to see added to this view to make it even more powerful and useful to you. So at the top of your dashboard, you're going to see this message right here, and there's a button where you can share feedback. Now keep in mind, you can share feedback on any of the content blocks that you're seeing here, but you can also share feedback on what you're not seeing here. So we do plan to add in additional sections that are covering task management, where you would see upcoming and past due tasks that you've created for yourself and your team. We're also looking into another section that's going to cover procurement, so you can keep track of the orders. But if there's other areas that you would like to see built into this view, then just let us know. Go ahead and share your feedback on anything that you like. Now, for the rest of this video, we're just going to kind of touch on some of the specific sections here and kind of cover how this information is being pulled in and how you can use it to just kind of stay on top of your projects. So we'll start with the project details. So this is essentially just a quick overview of the overall project. You are seeing the overall status for the project. If you're wondering where this is being pulled from, it's actually being pulled from this view right here. So you've got these individual columns where we've got a specific status for each. And as you are moving your projects through these columns, it's basically going to update the status on your project overview page. So it'll show right here. And if you have in fact edited these columns to add in your own workflow stages, then those are the stages that are actually going to show here as well. So it'll just follow your specific workflow. Now below that, you can see that it's indicating that I have in fact submitted a contract to my client. And if I wanted to quickly access that contract to review it, I would just click this link. Below that, we've got our budget range. Now the budget range will be pulled from the design questionnaire. So if you've been sending out the design questionnaire and you included the question about a budget, then that's where this particular amount's going to come from. If you're not using our design questionnaires, or if you just had a phone call with your client about the overall budget, you'll see there's an edit icon and you can put in the specific number. Here we've also got the due date for this project. If you're wondering where this is pulled from, it's actually coming from this page as well. So you can see here, if I am creating a project, or if I've created a project, I have the ability to add a due date to it. If you're doing that, that detail will show on your overview page. And of course, you've got easy access to any of the project questionnaires that you have sent out to your client and they've submitted back to you. So if you just want to review them, click this link. Now over here, we also wanted to make sure you had easy access to all the contact information for your clients and your vendors, because you're probably regularly going to be pulling that up throughout your project. So here you can see that I've got 2 clients, and if I use the arrows here, I'll be able to flip between the clients, and then I can pull up the specific information for their phone numbers or their email addresses. And I can do the same for the vendors. So any vendors where I've placed orders for this particular project, each vendor will be listed here, and then I have easy access to the contact details for that vendor as well, should I need to contact them. Over here, you've got your project notes. Every designer uses project notes differently to include whatever details they want. So feel free to add anything at all that you like. It could be a case where you're including details about a contractor you're working with. Maybe you want to include personal details about the family, like the kids' names, the sports they're into, the dog's name, things like that. Whatever you want to add to your project notes, you go ahead and add it. And if you want to view all of them and continue to add additional notes, just click this button right here. It'll pop you straight over and you can continue to update those. Now, the other things that we have here, let's come down here to the requires follow-up section. Now, this section is specifically for any of the documents that you send out to your client. So we're talking about contracts or retainers, quotes, or invoices. They're all going to show here, and you'll see the status of those documents. So in this case, you can see that I sent a contract 5 days ago, but my client hasn't actually signed off on it yet because the status is still showing as submitted. So if I want to nudge them, I can just come down to this section. I can see what's going on. I'll click this button right here to follow up. It's going to take me straight to the contract and open up this panel here where I can immediately craft an email that I can send out to my client just to remind them that, hey, we can't move forward until you take action on signing this. So it allows you to just kind of tackle any of those blockers that are happening within your project so you can prevent those delays. Now we'll go back here to the overview. And here you can see you can do the same thing for your invoices. So you're going to know which invoices are past due and which ones you need to follow up on. Again, just click that button. And additional updates that the team is actually making to this specific section. We're going to be adding in questionnaires to this as well. So all your questionnaires will show up here. If your client hasn't, gone ahead and filled that out and submitted it back to you, then you're going to know which ones you need to act on. The other thing that's going to be coming up very shortly here is you'll be able to see an indication of whether or not your client has actually viewed the document but hasn't taken action on it. So we're just kind of covering all the different areas or the different kind of key actions that you need to be aware of so that as you're following up with your client, you know if they've looked at the document and just chosen not to act just yet. Below that, you'll also see your design board section. Now, here it's going to list all the design boards that you've created, whether that's a concept board, a floor plan, a 3D rendering, whatever it is. And you'll be able to quickly scan these and see which ones your client has actually followed up on, which ones they've actually approved products on, which ones they've declined products on. And if you click into any of these little options right here, it'll actually direct you straight to those approvals on that list. So this will take you to the overall design board page, but if I want to see specifically what has been approved, I can click this. It'll take me to the page and jump me down to that product list section where I can see all the approvals. Now, from there, let's see, I'm going to come back to the overview. And so you can review any of the declined items. You can see any of the feedback as well that they've provided. You also have the ability to just hover over any of the design boards and you can actually open it and just start editing the design board immediately. And over here, you can actually add a new design to the project if you want, or you could just view all of the designs and it will take you to that overview page where you can just see them here. Now, below the actual design board panel, we also have a financial summary. So we wanted to make sure that you had a quick way to just kind of take note of the financial status for this project. So here you can see the total amount that you've invoiced, what's been paid, what's outstanding, the retainer amount that's still available to you, and also your markup revenue. Now, here's a case where we would love to hear from you. What else do you want to see here? Do you want to see your service revenue? Do you want to see the total amount that you've taxed or the total amount of tax that you've collected for this particular project? Are there specific numbers that you would love to see added into this section that would give you a clearer sense of where you stand within this project? Be sure to just go ahead, review everything, test it out on a particular client project, and then go ahead and hit that button to share the feedback. We want to hear from you guys so we can make sure that we're building in what matters most. Now, I think that essentially covers it. So ideally, I would just love if you could just jump into your projects, test this out on your next client project, really kind of go through, see what's working for you, see what's not working for you, share your feedback. And of course, if you've got any questions whatsoever, feel free to reach out to us on the live chat. We're more than happy to help. Thanks for watching.